What up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Chronicles Reviews with the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas. It is your boy Cosmic Boss, and so the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas have just gotten out of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and we about to jump right into the Chronicles Review. But just one moment, let me just work this up and see if somebody appears. And there we go.
And just
There
like
we
that, you
go.
know what I'm saying? Voila.
And
You know
we
what I'm saying?
got Scooter Ray in the building. And so, it's we gonna jump right into this damn movie
Oh, hey,
because
there will be spoilers.
there,
Let
yes,
y'all know.
well, just to give you an opportunity, there will be spoilers. Um, because to put it simply, this movie was fucking madness,
Yeah,
and like, and I'll say this, it is it is the most dark, most violent MCU movie I think has ever been made.
yeah,
Now, it ain't rated R or nothing, but it's bordering. Like
yeah.
it was bordering.
I think they got away with a lot of that under the use of like magic and things like that, but it was pretty violent.
Yes, the sound effects, goodness. Um, the visuals, like this movie is Doctor Strange 2 for the uninitiated. Picks up with chaos happening immediately. There's a ribbon fire demon chasing Doctor Strange, who in this clip has a ponytail, and he's running with a girl in a jean jacket. America Chavez, the new character, and they are in essentially what looks like the mirror world, but it's not, and it's going down in here. And like we said, spoilers, Doctor Strange dies. Right? Like the demon kills him, the girl jumps through a portal, and that's when our Doctor Strange wakes up. We just watched the death of another Doctor Strange. And it was just and it started fast, and it just cut off, and then it was somber for about a good 40 minutes after
But
that.
you know what though? Let's take a second to talk about how cool it was that anytime America did her powers, it literally was a star.
It was.
It
It
was
was
a star.
it
Like
was
let's
a
just talk
star,
about
just
that.
just like on her jacket, and it was like that. The visual of her power was very cool. Like it was like, and it wasn't just one star. It was like
Nah,
three.
multiples.
Like just, oh man, because like what her power does is she can freely jump through the universes,
Hmm.
travel the multiverse at will, but she can't control it. And like it opens up a doorway in the shape of three stars, and she just goes through them, and then
You
she
know
ends
what
up
though?
in ours.
You
And
know what
so
though?
it
Like
is.
to be funny with it, I can see Aranya having that power and like doing very evil things with said power.
Look, there would be a lot of kidnapped men. Just look, just there would be a lot of kidnapped people. Just
Like
families losing fathers, brothers, sons, uncles. They just like, like, like she. There would be like, if you've seen Loki, everybody, there would be a castle at the end of time somewhere, and in there would be about 1,000 plus men, all of a similar structure and appearance, probably multiples of the same man, just various differences, different hair, whatever, chained up in different positions because
yeah,
because because Erun is slut eternal. That's the best way to put it. Sorry out there, Miss Brenda. I know you're gonna watch this.
hey Miss
You,
Brenda.
you know I love her, but just being real, there will be a lot
Let's
of
just be real.
kidnapped people.
A lot.
Like,
A lot.
And it wouldn't be, it'll look like the most evil version of the Addams Family house with just the most darkest shit inside, but on the outside it's on a Jamaican beach. That
And they would
pink
have
and
to
evil on the inside.
and they
It
would
would
have
be
to
evil pink.
form and they would have to form some type of special multiverse task force to go rescue these
Look.
people.
They would
Like,
like, and look, she wouldn't have no witch power. She would just be jumping and kidnapping these men, and they just drag her away in handcuffs. She'd be screaming, "They're mine, mine!"
nah, boss. Get your bitch hands off, fuck that you fuck out.
Get your hands off me! And look, and I'm gonna say this: if somebody get too close to her shoulder, she gonna bite at them. She gonna bite at them. She gonna try to get them with that good incisor on her right side. Like, and it it is gonna be an ugly shade of pink inside. I mean, Dolores Umbridge, Harry Potter type
Oh
pink.
hell no.
Like,
Oh no.
it's gonna be
Oh
that
no.
shade. Like,
Oh
but
no.
anyway, we on a tangent. We gonna leave her alone. So, but
Well, we're gonna
this,
leave this version of her alone.
there you go. There you go. We'll go to another universe, find a nice one. They,
Good luck.
but
I love you, Rana.
we go and find the wrong one. She got bat wings and a monkey tail. Like,
That would be the end of our world.
it had been an incursion, as they said.
Yes.
But
Yes, back to the movie. So when America steps in through our universe, universe 616, she
yes,
brings Shumagorath with her. And
yes,
Strange was at Christine's wedding. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
He was low key player hating, but it's cool though. Cause like
he was.
in my head, he was like, oh, not only did she get with another guy, but she got with a black man. Okay. All right. That's cool. Like he was low key hating, but it's cool.
Before everybody here watching, just assume something. He said in this whole wedding nothing about her husband.
No,
Nothing.
no.
He
He was
said
player
nothing.
hating. He was
He
hating.
said nothing about her man. Some weirdo sat next to him after he sat down and said,
Mhm.
he said, "What were you doing?" He was like, I was dust for 5 years. So was I. You know what I lost? My 2 cats. And
And my brother.
everybody in the theater was like, "Fam, what?" And then he was like, "And my brother." And he was like, "Was this the only way?" And it was just like, "Yes, it was the only way." And then he was getting a drink, and he was just like, and she asked him if he was happy, and he was just like, "You know what? I fucked up with you." Da 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 da. He said nothing about her man.
And then not only that, but let me tell you the even cold part. Hey, let me introduce you to him because he's a big fan of yours.
He's a big fan, and then
Yeah.
they
I
started to
don't
go
want
to
to meet
deep
your husband.
conversation. And like, that's what I would have said. I don't want to meet your. Let me watch my words. I don't want to. I don't want to meet your ninja. Like, I don't like let. Don't sit there like you ain't gonna be my ex. Invite me to your wedding, and I have I have the maturity to show up and not act a fool. Don't ask me to then meet him, cause
Because I could turn that ninja into space dust like that.
look, I
But I'm
will
gonna let
turn
you have
him
it.
into a painting. Like, do you like just like the hang him in, I put him in the basement where Peter was doing his experiments to get them people up out of far from home. Like, no way home. I mean, like, look, he gonna be down there with the guillotine. Shit,
Mm-hmm. But
but
yeah, so America crosses over. Doctor Strange and Wong, the Sorcerer Supreme, which I do like that little detail that Wong is Sorcerer
right,
Supreme since Strange disappeared for 5 years. So
yes,
they defeat Shumagorath, which some of you Marvel people deep in the Marvel lore know. Some of you fighting game people know. Marvel's Capcom 2, Shumagorath. But
look, hey,
yeah.
Yeah, you
Uh,
MVC2 vets know if you went against a good Schumer player, you were fucked. Like,
I mean, hell, they was damn near fucked in the movie until they pulled out
look,
some desperate tactics.
yes, and this is where like it started, and we knew it was gonna get like it was gonna be violent because Schumer Gorath, for those who don't know, is a giant eyeball octopus looking monster. He's with tentacles. He's a giant
Mm-hmm.
eye with tentacles all around him and bonus tentacles under on his belly, if we can call that his belly, that he likes to feel for things. But we knew it was gonna be violent with the way they got rid of him because they took a light pole, sharpened it, and threw it in his eye and pulled it out and separated the eye from his body, and he was done.
Not only was he done, but they actually showed him fall down the building. And it was just like,
Yes, yeah, like somebody got to clean that up, like they,
right?
and so
You know what?
that ball
Somebody
just
just paid for a space in that building.
look, man, somebody just signed a new lease on that apartment, and they are fucked. Do you
Yeah, it's
understand?
gone. It's gone. It's gone.
Like, I mean, oh goodness, but
But then,
yeah, that
but then, now one thing that tripped me out was that, you know, when you see the previews, they did a pretty good job hiding shit.
they did a
Because
very good job hiding
because
shit.
if you're wondering who the villain was, Wanda.
Yes,
Wanda
Wanda
was the
is the
one.
big bad of this movie. Now,
Yeah, Wanda was the one.
if you watch the trailer, it looks like he goes to her for help, which is what the premise of the movie is. She joins to help, and it looks
Craziness.
like it looks like she is helping them fight craziness. No, she is causing the craziness. Now, and we need to be clear. If you have not watched WandaVision,
Well,
you
hold on, hold
missed
on,
a
hold on.
lot.
Well, hold on.
So,
Let's be clear. If you made it 12 and a half minutes in,
yes,
after all the spoiler warnings, and you still have not watched WandaVision, then I don't know what to tell you from now,
right.
because you
But
missing
yeah,
out.
like if you, yeah, because that
Find
is a great
somebody,
show.
find
Like,
somebody who got Disney Plus and get that. Not gonna use that word. Acquire their account and
yes,
watch
there you go.
WandaVision, because you're
It's
gonna
a
miss a
great
chunk of
show.
movie. Because you're gonna wonder why Wanda talking about some kids, why Wanda looks so evil. It's in the show.
Why she living in the apple orchard? Like you gonna
It's in
wonder
the
a
show.
lot.
I
Just
mean,
watch the show. But
it was the first Disney Plus show. It was the first Marvel Disney Plus show for a reason.
yes, and it was like it is like he goes to her for help, and she is like Wanda. He was like, what the gotcha was. He's like, what do you know of the multiverse? And he was like, she was like, well, Vision had his theories. He believed it was real, and it was like, okay, what? Okay, Vision was thinking about it, and then Doctor Strange said, like, we got a girl that could use your help, and like, why don't you come with us to Carmitage, where the sorcerers train? And she mistakenly said, "Why don't you bring America here?" Like, and he stopped and looked at her, and she kept walking. And then she realized she like, "You never told me the girl's name, huh?" And he was like, "I did not." And then she waved her magic, and she was living in Caled. She was living in desolation.
I was about to say she was living in
Like
desolation.
she
There
she
was no
like
happiness.
it looked like the most no. It looked like an apple orchard. She was clipping twigs and shit, and she looked happy. But when she waved at it, she was living amongst dead trees. It looked like the river Styx where she was living,
It
and
wasn't. Yeah.
she was like man, she threatened that boy Strange like either you gonna bring the girl or we gonna bring Wall, and it was like
Basically, for my boondocks slash pop culture people, we gonna do this the easy way or the hard way.
or the
The
hard way.
choice is yours.
Like, and it was, and he told her like, we will defend her. And they went back. He told the sorcerers what was going on, and she was before he went back. He was like, if you do this, you will like, basically she said something along the lines, you will not be meeting an Avenger. She didn't say Avenger. She was like, you will be facing the Scarlet Witch. And then
Mm-hmm.
she flew away. And then he went back, and they were all shook to their fucking boots when they heard that name, because they know the Scarlet Witch is a Nexus being who is meant to either destroy the fabric of all reality or rule it. And man, they started
Now,
preparing for battle.
now
So,
to also give more context, she wanted America for her multiversal powers because she wanted to be with her kids. I was about to call them
yes,
Billy and Jimmy, but this ain't Double Dragon. So
yes,
I know it was Billy and Tommy. Billy and Tommy, not
Billy
Billy
and
and Jimmy.
Tommy. Yes, yes,
Billy and Tommy. So she wanted to be with Billy and Tommy, and she was willing to kill another of herself to
yes,
replace. Like, that's just how much she wanted to be with Billy Lee and Jimmy Lee, that she was willing to kill another Wanda to replace that Wanda so she could be like, I'm y'all mom now. And it was like, all right, if you think that plan's
right.
gonna work, okay.
And like it was like she was basically going like, and they didn't give her a whole lot of, they didn't do a good job of justifying her reasons in this movie. That's why you
They
need to have
really
watched
did.
WandaVision. Like, if you didn't watch WandaVision, you be like, why are you doing this? Like,
Yes.
WandaVision will give you all the justification, because man, those last episodes just, man,
I can 100%
man,
agree with you on that. If you didn't watch WandaVision going into this movie, you will be stuck like, damn, she going through all this trouble just for some
right,
kids?
for some
You'll see
kids.
why.
And it and like and when she got there, and she when she broke their defenses as easily as she did, and she got in there, and she was like, I'm not a monster, I'm a mother. And that was like, ooh, like, just like, and then she showed them like how her kids are living happily in other universes while hers are gone. And they just kept trying to tell her, your kids don't exist. You made them out of magic. And man, it did not end well for a lot of people. Like,
Let's just say that was when the movie really kicked off, because with Wanda doing what she did, and they had to make an escape, and that's when we finally realized the different multiverses that was happening, because
yes,
it was a pretty cool sequence of, as they was traveling through, they was going through different verses, and one of them was an animated universe, which was actually pretty damn cool.
yes.
But they were going through
One of
all
them
of
was
these
an
different
animated
universes.
universe. They
One
went
of
through a
them,
couple that looked like Windows 95
one of
screensavers.
them, one of them, they was paint splashes. Like
Yes.
it was like a game of Splatoon. Like, I don't know how that worked as them being paint. One of them, they was underwater. Like, they could
Yep.
have halfway
Yep.
drowned when they went to that one, because they was in there for a little bit. But like he said, they was Windows 95 screensavers. Like, they went
they,
through a
they,
nice little
they
amount of
went
world.
through a prehistoric. They went through the Savage Land, the Marvel
Yep,
Savage Land with the
yep.
dinosaurs. Like, oh man, like they
And then
went
they
through a bunch
finally,
of universes.
and then they landed in one
And like,
where it was very naturey, because it was
yes,
green,
like,
lush, and technology future everywhere.
I know the Watcher was looking at them go through all that shit. Like, the fuck y'all doing? Like,
He was sitting there like,
like,
ain't this some bullshit? Like, he was probably sitting there like, this is some bullshit. Like,
right.
in one fell swoop, they didn't disrupted by 20 universes.
It was in one. Just,
Like, this
but
is
yeah,
some
like,
bullshit.
they ended up in a universe that was like super high tech, but also very advanced. Um, and
And
it was,
and that's
oh
when we
man,
also get our first great cameo.
yes,
The
we get
legendary,
the
legendary Bruce Campbell.
one and
And
only.
And if you are familiar with Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell's relationship, he's damn near almost in every Sam Raimi movie at some point.
Raimi TV show, movie, everything Raimi does, he is in there somewhere. Like it's so, and he is selling. His name is Pizza Papa, and he is selling pizza balls. When they showed that food, I was like, the pizza here, pizza, and then they showed it, and I was like, no,
I'm good.
no, I'm good.
He was all
Those look
sweaty.
like they were sweaty. They looked like Rocky Mountain
Sweaty.
oysters in pizza form, and I was like, no, fam, no. So, but
But
like,
yes,
and
we
it
get to see
like,
the legendary Bruce Campbell. And then
yeah, and he starts saying like, like, where'd you get that cape? Where it feels authentic. He was talking to Doctor Strange. And you look like him. Would you do? And they're like, you went to the museum and you stole this costume. And that's when Strange put a spell on him because he was gonna squirt mustard at his face. And he just made Bruce Campbell punch himself and beat himself over and over and over for three.
yeah,
For,
America asked him how long is that spell gonna last. He said about 3 weeks.
and like it just so you to give you an idea of what it looked like. If you've seen Evil Dead 2, it looked
Which
the
was probably
same
a
way
nod back to it.
yeah, because he was getting into a fight with his own hand and losing. And and from there they ended up at the Sanctum Sanctorum in this universe where Mordo comes out in his Tyler Perry braids and and he said he walks up to him and Strange is like, this dude has wanted to kill me for a long time. And he was preparing to fight. Mordo was like, my brother, and hugged him. And Strange was like, we doing that? All right, okay. And he just hugged him. They went in there and they were telling Mordo how Wanda was coming, and Mordo gave him some tea. And that's when they got knocked out because the tea was laced, and they woke up in some terrariums, uh, like some hamster observation cubes, and he couldn't do magic because he had these gauntlets on his wrists. And
Did you have to call him Tyler
let's
Perry
just say,
braid?
man, you saw, you
Did
saw,
you have to call him
like
Tyler Perry braid?
they could have chipped
Of
in an extra
all
$300.
the
Got
references,
they
of all the
wherever they
references
shot
you
this
had to make,
movie. Wherever
you
they
had to
shot
call
this
him
movie, they
Tyler
could
Perry
have
braid.
went to a beauty supply and got him a nice wig and got one of the counter ladies to sew it in for him. Like they could have, and
He had on them
it would have cost at most $1,000. Like they could
he
have
had
upped
on
the
them
budget just $1,000.
he had on them Shamar Moores.
Look, that's what they were. They were blended together. Like you could see there was no scalp, and they looked like rolled, like the hair was in rollers and then braided with the rollers into cornrow form, and then locked at the end. It was weird, but anyway.
We meet.
So
So if you've been watching the trailer and everything like that, you heard about the whole Illuminati. So we meet
yes,
their Illuminati, which was
yes,
Captain Britain, Peggy Carter. It was Captain
played by
Marvel.
Peggy Carter from the first Captain America and the Agent Carter TV show.
Yes, and
It
then we meet
was
their Captain Marvel, which is I forgot her
I,
name.
for, I forget her name, but if you've seen the Captain Marvel movie, it's her the best friend, the black woman.
Yes,
I
yes.
forget her name, but
Then
she is
we
Captain Marvel in this one.
then we see Black Bolt
Then
from the Inhumans TV show, and
Ansem played
then
by Anson Mount. Yep.
we get the next surprise. They finally made it happen. John Krasinski as goddamn Reed
Reed
Richards.
Richards, Mr. Fantastic. I almost screamed in the theater because people have wanted him for
Yes,
Reed forever. And oh, he looked so good. He
he
looked
did.
so good.
He did.
He did. But
And then
man,
we get the last member of the Illuminati coming in
if
the
you see
classic
the
chair.
93 X-Men Professor Xavier in the yellow mobile wheelchair. It was, oh man, it
Yes,
looked so good. And
it did.
like they
In
were
the
sitting there
words
talking
of
about,
in the words
whew,
of Aranya, because she kept cheering it every time they showed them. We love you, Patrick Stewart. She
right?
kept saying it. We love you, Patrick Stewart.
Like you could, we was, she was in between us, and we could just hear it. And like, we love you, Patrick Stewart. But like we understand he is a national treasure along with Sir
Yes,
Ian McKellen.
yes.
Um, but oh man, and they was in the talk about we can handle the witch in her dream walking. What we can't handle is you, Strange. You're the greatest threat to the multiverse. And he was like, what? And
Hmm.
so
And then they
he
told the
took
story about how they're strange because on the memorial statue, they said he was the Avenger who gave his life to defeat Thanos. Well, they showed
single-handedly
what
in this
they showed
universe.
what really happened, and Doctor
Hmm.
Strange was using the same book, which I forgot the name of. Let's just
The
say for
dark
this,
hold.
oh, I'm about to say the Necronomicon, but he was using the Necronomicon and he became evil. But I guess his last bit of goodness was he told them, "Hey y'all, I've been using this dark hold, and your boy is losing it."
Yes,
And from that, after they murked Thanos, because Thanos had a huge ass sword sticking out of his
in his
chest,
chest.
like he
Like
was done.
he was gone. But he,
And
man,
Black Bolt gave him the send off. And if you know Black Bolt's powers, a whisper of Black Bolt could obliterate
woo,
a planet. And he just
yes,
said, I'm sorry. And it just, he hit that Sindel fatality on Doctor Strange and, he was atomized. So, and that's when they flashed that's when they told him what happened. And then Strange was like, that shit ain't got shit to do with me, fam. Y'all
yeah.
ain't listening to what I'm saying.
and that's
Wanda is
when,
coming. He was like,
and that's
Wanda
when,
is coming.
and that's when Wanda used the Darkhold to dreamwalk. Now, to explain what dreamwalking is if you have the spell from the Darkhold, you use the spell in your universe, you can possess yourself in another universe for a period of time with your abilities. So that's what she did. She possessed another Wanda in this universe. This was universe 818, I think they
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, I think it was 818.
And so, and like, she got there and started wrecking all the Ultrons because the Illuminati had Ultron guards on standby, and these boys was getting tussled. Like so,
They them them Ultrons was getting dismantled, fam. Like they was like
woo,
they was
like
getting
you,
dismantled.
like you would have thought them bots in in Avengers 2 would have put up a better fight. These boys were going hard down the path of defeat. Like this. So,
And then so Professor X and Mordo were like, all right, we'll stay here and guard Strange. Reed, Captain Marvel, Black Bolt, and
Cam
Peggy
Britton.
Carter was like, well, fine, we'll go take on the witch, fam. You want to
This
know
is
what
where
a vulgar display of power was?
yes, like they got there and they were like, Wanda, you need to stop. And she was like Reed Richards was the one speaking. And he was like, look, I know what it's like. I have kids of my own.
Well, no,
And she,
remember, he was saying all of that, and they were
yes,
ready.
they were ready. And they were ready to throw down. And she said, is their mother still alive? And he said, yes. She responded with,
The greasiest
and I'm
line of
a
the whole movie.
greasiest line of any Marvel line I've ever heard. She said, word for word, good. They'll have somebody to raise them when this is over.
And look, Reed heard that. He kind of stepped back, and he was like, "Look
He
here, fam.
stepped back.
Look, look, look."
Look,
He
he
stepped back
like,
and was
hold
like,
on.
"He's like, look here, fam. We got Black Bolt right here. He can obliterate you with
Black
a
Bolt
whisper. And
with a whisper. She
she was like,
looked at that man and said, what mouth? Then it looked back at him. His mouth was gone. It was skin flap. That's what it. That's all it was. Just
then I guess in his paranoia and fear, he and blah blew his own shit out. It was like, God
blew
damn.
his own head out. You see it. Like it. You see it and hear it. His head turned to juice.
Like he got shot.
Juice.
Like he got
Like
domed.
scanners like that's what it looked like. And then
Then
Reed, his only power is to be able to stretch beside his supreme genius.
intellect.
He
Yeah.
stretched a punch at her. She stopped his punch with his hand and started to unravel him like yarn.
Yeah, that man
And
looked like party ribbons.
he looked
Hey,
like
hey,
ribbons.
for my wrestling fans out there, you know, in Japan when they throw all the streamers in the ring, that's how that boy looked.
Yes, she unraveled him out of existence.
And
And
then
it was only
Marvel,
Captain Marvel and Peggy putting up a fight of
and
any
they looked
kind.
like, oh shit, hold on. And
Right?
then
Like,
it didn't end well for them because, you know,
now,
Peggy,
now,
she tried to throw the shield. She caught the shield and yeeted that bitch back, cut her in half.
and basically bisected her.
Yeah, she was cut in half. And then
And
Captain Marvel,
whew,
she got tussled, and then next thing you know, Wanda just dropped a statue on her, and it was like, God damn.
just dropped a statue on her. Like it was, oh my goodness. Like, oh, they went out bad, fam.
Then Professor X tried to intervene by doing the whole mind jump thing, and he found a small bunker in her mind where the real Wanda was at, and Wanda came through
Tried
like
to
the
help
dark
her
cloud,
out.
and next thing you know, she snapped his neck, and it was like, fool.
Right? Like she killed Professor. Like, man. And
Now,
oh my goodness.
the realization to me is Mordo is still alive in that world.
He is. He is.
I just realized that.
But here's the thing: they also didn't show. They didn't show any of the other Avengers, if there were any. Like they didn't show any
True.
Black Panther or anybody like that. But oh man, like oh goodness, like
But then as the movie progresses, they was getting desperate because it was like, all right, fam, we gotta find a way to stop this girl. And Strange took their world's Christine, and they went to another world that went through an incursion. And that Doctor Strange, he was very similar to the one that was in What If, but it
Yep.
wasn't him, because when you heard the details of what he said, because remember in What If, their Christine died. Well, his Christine died. His
And
Christine
he just
didn't
kept,
die.
yeah,
It's just the fact that he was just trying to find a world where him and Christine was going to be together.
yeah.
And boy, went evil.
Oh,
And
very evil.
him and R. Strange had a pretty cool little fight because they used music notes.
Yes,
That was a pretty innovative fight.
They were the music changed in the film to classical music because that's what they were using. They were using musical notes, and the reason they were fighting is because earlier in the movie, America explained it. Every time you have a dream, that's one of your other multiversal selves doing an action or something like that. You're just dreaming about something they've done. And this Doctor Strange, the evil one, was like, you ever had a dream where you're being pushed off a building? And he was like, that was probably me. And it was like, this was very evil, because he has basically said he had killed like 20 plus other Doctor Stranges. And it was like, man,
Now,
like they just started having a fight with music notes, and that shit was cool.
now in my head, all I could think about was Strange needs to tap into some trap music, and it would have ended the fight a lot sooner. But
look, some drill or something. Like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like, man,
it would have ended the fight a lot sooner. But it's cool.
Some Nook If You Buck, some We Ready, some Lil Jon and the Me Side Boys. Like, you know, like, man, Like there's some boom, but like it was if some bass would have kicked in, oh, it would have been over. But
Yeah,
so, and from that point, like he blasted that Doctor Strange out the window, and he got impaled on what was left of the wrought iron fence.
yeah,
And
it was pretty
so,
gruesome.
yeah, so also what we failed to mention, when America came through to our universe, Earth 616, as they called it, uh, that Doctor Strange she was running with in the very beginning was dead because the ribbon fire demon killed him, and she brought his body with him because it came through the portal with her.
Yeah,
Now, back to this point, after Doctor Strange killed the evil Strange, he was like, I gotta take the dark hold he was using, and
Necronomicon.
I'm gonna dream walk into that universe, and we gotta save America because by this point, Wanda had caught up with them and got America and sent them to this evil strangers universe, and she was back in Earth 616 about to steal this girl's power. Now
Not so much
they
steal her power, but kill her at
but
the same time.
kill her to take it essentially, and they like he said, Christine says, doesn't there need to be like another version of you there for you to possess and to uh to use the dream walk? He was like, yes, but this one it doesn't have to be alive. And so he was dream walking
Mm-hmm.
into the dead body of the other Strange that had come there. So he basically turned
AKA
into
a
zombie
little,
Strange.
a
Like,
little nod to the Marvel zombies,
yes, shout out to that
and
show because I can't wait for that one to come out.
it was pretty interesting
Oh,
because then the dead demons tried to show up and take over and be like, hey,
yes,
you know you can't dream walk dead people. You know what's gonna happen,
yes.
and
They
Strange
look they
controlled
look
it.
similar to the Drag Me to Hell demons. Like
And I'm pretty
it,
sure at this point, Aranya thought to herself, I want those wings.
yeah, made of
Because
wings made
he
of
turned
demons. Yes,
he turned all the demons into basically a giant pair of wings and flew to the I forgot what the area that they went to, but she took
it was Mount
America, but
Walger, something like that.
something like that.
It was
But yeah,
it was a Lord of the Rings name, but um, they
but
Zombie
yeah,
Strange flew there. Uh, like and they started tussling with the little oh, they also mentioned when Wanda and Wong got there to this place that the Darkhold was ridden by the followers of Cthulhu. And whoo, if you don't know who that is, essentially it is Cthulhu of the Marvel Universe. Like even far more than Shuma Gorath ever was. So like
hmm
it's oh man. But
and then next thing you know, they
uh
had a colossal tussle, and then in a strange twist, they basically pulled a Naruto because America finally
yes,
got a control of her powers, and
she
she
did.
punched a hole into the universe where she dream walked the Wanda from, took her to that
Yes.
universe, and she throws the other Wanda like, move. It did. She freaks Billy Lee and Jimmy Lee out, and they was like, get away from us. You ain't our mom. Who are you?
Right?
And she was like,
Essentially, and you can see she starts to break. Like so
and then she said one of the most oxymoronic statements in the whole movie. I would never hurt you. I would never hurt anyone.
yes. Like
You murdered
and
me.
when she said that, you could see in her face, she realized what she had been doing. Like at that moment, she realized what she had been doing. And so
They use that talk no
it
jitsu,
was
baby.
like she got that talk no jitsu, and it was from that point on, she was like she couldn't let this happen, and she broke down, got to her knees, and the other Wanda got up after walking on glass for a good 30 hours,
Right?
walked up to her, caressed her cheek, and told her point blank, they will be cared for and loved. And that broke our Wanda. And she, like, America closed the portal, and Wanda was basically like, uh, the Darkhold will never do this to anybody again. And she wiped the book from all reality.
So
It,
2 times in a row, she was like, damn, my bad.
right. Like, essentially 2 times in a row. Like,
Damn, my
man,
bad.
grief. And, like, it was like Wong and America teleported out of there. Zombie Strange was still there because he was a corpse.
Yeah.
So Stephen Strange just like depossessed him, and Wanda just destroyed this uh mountain
Temple.
where the spells were written on the walls. And
Yeah.
so we're made to believe she died because it looked like a red explosion when it landed.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't believe she's dead.
You know damn
Like,
well
no,
when they did.
no. She ain't dead. No, like she probably got pulled or somewhere. America got her or something, or we'll get the other Wanda that she was
Yeah, it's
like
gonna be some type of
dream walking.
yeah.
It's
Marvel gonna
you
do
know
some
how
type of
comic
cop out.
we know how comics are. She ain't dead. She ain't dead. People, especially after WandaVision, she ain't dead.
Yeah.
Like, she got to get some kind of closure, man. Like, but
But then,
uh,
to basically wrap up the movie part, they show America training with the other sorcerers. She's trying to, learn how to do the spells and things like that. And then, it's wrapping up with Strange, like, I'm gonna just go home. Like,
yep,
I'm gonna go to the crib, and then that's when we get our first. No,
our first,
sorry, hold on. Before that, he was walking through the streets. Because another detail we mentioned, using the
yes,
Necronomicon changes a person.
it does, and that's what the evil Strange said. Is like, and the using the book not only affects the reality it is in, but it also affects its user severely.
And that
And
Strange
so
had a third eye that
he
popped
had a
up.
third eye right here between
And
his two
then
eyes.
and then the movie ended with Strange getting this major headache in the middle of the street, and then boom, his third eye pops up.
Yeah, scream. Like he got to his knees screaming, and the third eye just opened up in the middle of his head. And, and that's when the credits start to roll. The first after credits scene, the mid credit scene was him still walking through New York. And then all of a sudden, out of a
Well, no, you
portal,
could tell it was a different day. You could tell this
yeah,
was
yeah, it was a different day. It was a different day.
yeah,
He had on a different fit. So all of a sudden, Charlize Theron, the actress, is behind him.
and she
For,
played
and
Charlize Theron. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
and so she's in this purple outfit, this purple and black outfit, long ass hair, and she's like Stephen Strange, and he's like, yeah. She pulls out what looks like a Psylocke blade
Yeah.
from her wrist, a purple energy blade, slices a hole into reality. It says you caused an incursion, and you and
And we
basically
need you
you're
to
in
come
trouble.
fix this. And he was
And he was
like,
like,
she was
and
like,
he was
you
like,
either down or you scared. And he was like,
basically. And then he
he
put on his cap, and then his third eye open, and he was like, "Oh, I'm ready." And then it said, "Stephen Strange will return," and it was like, "You fucking better." And then the after credit scene was Bruce Campbell's character. Finally, after 3 weeks, his fist no longer fucking him up. So, and then he was like, "Oh, it stopped," and he looked dead at the camera and said, "It's
it's over.
over."
And it
And
just
that's when the movie ends.
now
So
we realize Charlize Theron's character is Clea,
Claire, yeah,
who, comic book people, she does become Strange's wife at some point. And You know,
She's from the dark dimension, the same as Dormammu,
yeah.
the villain from the first Doctor Strange
I
movie.
need Blackheart. Where is Blackheart? I've
W-
been wanting me some Blackheart.
After the Blackheart we got in that first Ghost Rider movie,
I hey. We're gonna leave that movie there. We're gonna
we
leave
gonna
that
leave that
movie
movie
there.
there.
We're
Look,
gonna leave that
hey,
movie
I
there.
would love a proper Blackheart. I still want Mephisto. You know, I would love them to do a Ghost Rider. Um,
It could happen now.
it
But
can
the
happen
but
now,
but the question is, I wonder which one they'll choose though.
right? Oh
Because
man,
I feel like they're gonna go with the times and probably do Robbie Reyes. So,
that
but
well, he
overall,
was in the Agent of Shield show, so
yeah. But overall, the movie was good.
yes,
It wasn't as long as I thought it was gonna be, which
no,
I guess because the movie, like Boss said earlier, it gets to the point really quick.
yes,
Like
it gets to it real
like
quick,
like like it gets to it real quick. Like the movie really goes to 0 to 100 real quick.
very
Um,
much.
so I will say that I definitely enjoyed it. I don't know where it's gonna rank in my top of Marvel movies, to be honest with you. But it definitely was a good movie. Like,
I
it is
can
a good
probably say
movie.
with a supreme confidence that it's gonna be Aranya's number one. Like is
Oh,
because
Wanda.
because of the violence, man. Like
Oh,
the horror aspects. Like when she was going witch and she was bloody. Oh, she was terrifying. Like
well, technically she wasn't bloody. She was oily.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, she was just getting oil splat. Yeah. So,
Technically it was oil.
but man, like oh goodness, it was a great one. It was a great one.
But
Oh man.
we're gonna. I know we didn't win almost an hour in this, but we're gonna plan on doing this again with Planet Nico, where we're gonna probably get way more nerdier and way
Yes.
more just in depth of probably Doctor Strange and where this could take it. Because to give a little tidbit on my end, I was wondering what Marvel was gonna do after the whole Thanos saga, but now after seeing this, and then of course after watching Loki and what could happen in Ant-Man,
Yes.
Marvel got some things in the tuck. They got some things in
Yes,
the tuck that can
sir.
work out.
Yes,
So
sir.
so I think they got some good storylines coming up because we still got Kang the Conqueror lingering. Like Boss said, with the potential incoming of possible Dormammu.
We got one of the best, most newest villains coming in just 2 months. Gore the God Butcher coming in Thor:
Yeah,
Love and Thunder,
yeah.
played by Christian fucking Bale.
And they
And
said that apparently he's the best villain Marvel got.
yeah, so that's what they're saying. Like he's the best villain they've ever had. And it's like we've had Loki, Thanos, Killmonger. Like we've had some great villains. So
But for
we're
them
gonna
to
have
say
to
that
see.
this is the best one, he must be bringing the heat.
Right. So,
But that
and then
was
Black Panther 2 towards the end of this year. So,
yes.
we got some stuff coming. But
But yeah, man,
man,
that was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Which, funny thing enough, if you look at Multiverse of Madness, the fucking initial spell mom.
what the heck? Man, hold up. Wait, nah. Cut the show. Cut the show. We done. Like that. Thank you everybody for coming. We appreciate y'all joining us for this episode of Car Chronicles Review. You will see us again. The street team, Aranya Mist and Cosmic Boss, we will be back for upcoming movies, including Firestarter, the Stephen King remake. We will be doing Jurassic World Dominion. If Scooter if he's free and he catches up, he'll be there with us, baby.
Possibly,
Uh,
we'll see.
we definitely gonna be there for Thor: Love and Thunder. We'll think about the movie Men by A24.
Bullet Train, all of that.
We'll also be Bullet Train, Nope by Jordan Peele. So we will have more coming for you very soon. We will also Well, we'll discuss that later off stream, and we'll see about that. What I
Mhm.
just had in my head, but we got. I know that sounds
We
strange,
got
but
we got we got
we got
Comic
movies coming.
Paloozas. We got the
Yes,
Houston Horror Film Festival. I think y'all going
yes,
to the Fan Expo in Dallas. So we gonna
yep.
have we got content coming.
We got
And
yeah,
of course, if I'm available, I'll be there. But otherwise, the street team will be there. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Maybe Boss and his magical powers could summon me again, and I can just appear like that again. You know.
Right, and so you call me Yellow Brother Voodoo up in this bitch. You know what I'm
All right.
saying?
So yeah, with
And
that being
so
said, y'all, we out. We appreciate y'all for coming out.
right,
Like the sign off we like to use at the end of the day. We're just trying to make our ninja village proud.
exactly every
Peace
day.
out,
And
everybody.
so we'll see y'all later. Peace.